Great. Thanks, Valtteri. And hi, good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. Um, I will just share my screen. Hopefully you will be able to see that as well. It did just work a moment ago when we tried it before opening the webinar. And let's hope that it still works here. Yep. Okay. So we are screen sharing and hopefully, yes. How does this look?
Yes, we can see it.
Perfect. All right. Well, again, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. My name is Jonathan Murphy, and I work for the city of Turku. And before we get kind of into the details of the higher education institutes, I just wanted to set the scene and talk a little bit about the city itself, the city where all of these universities and universities of applied sciences reside. I'm delighted as a representative of the city of Turku that you are considering our city as somewhere that you can apply for studies and hopefully get to know a little bit better over the course of this webinar. So I'm just going to go through some basic facts about the city and some of the services that we have for students and their families. And then I'll be around in the chat as well to answer any questions. So let's continue. And perhaps at the start, I should say, perhaps you can tell from my accent that I am not originally from Finland. I'm from the UK, and actually, I did study at the University of Turku. So I have been in your position as international who is considering Finland. So again, if you have any questions about my first-hand experience of being an international master's degree student, then I will be happy to answer those later. Yes. There we go. So maybe the best place to start with Turku is where is it? Because again, depending on which country you are from, you might not have a huge knowledge about Finland. Certainly, I kind of didn't before. When I was growing up, Finland had Helsinki in the south and it had Lapland and lots of snow in the north. So Turku was not a place that I was so familiar with before moving here. But we are in the southwest. And fortunately, getting here is, as it says there, a piece of cake. So our city has an airport, a small airport, but we have an airport. We have a harbour, we have a bus station, three railway stations, and you can quite easily get to Turku from most of the major airline routes in Europe, or you can fly to Helsinki and you can get the train or the bus service. Helsinki is around 2 hours away by car, maybe a little bit less by train, but it's a very straightforward process. So it's Southwest Finland and easier than you think to get to. And Turku is actually the oldest city in Finland. We're very proud of this fact. If you spend any time in Turku at all, you will be told by a local that it used to be the former capital of Finland. So never mind Helsinki. Up until, a few hundred years ago, it was Turku. Turku for a long time was the capital of this region. It was a port town. It had lots of trade with different countries and different areas, and still does to this day. Today, it is the cultural and economic capital of Southwest Finland, and it is one of Finland's major cities. So yes, Helsinki is now the capital, and Helsinki is bigger than Turku, but Turku still plays a prominent role within Finland, and it's quite well known here, and we're very proud of its history and proud of our heritage. And again, you can see in the background of this picture, and I think in the background of my screen here, we have our cathedral, which is one of the oldest major buildings in Finland, which dates back to the 1300s and is really a center point of the town. Certainly, if you ever get lost in Turku, you can just look on the horizon and oh, there's the cathedral, and you can navigate your way home using that. So it's one of my favorite places. But who are the people in Turku? Well, we are quite an international city. We have 1 in 7 of our residents are internationals, international background. Our residents speak over 100 languages and represent over 130 nationalities. We're quite a small city. We have around 207,000 residents, although that is growing every year. And what's interesting is that 20% of the population actually are students. So in that sense, we are a very student-heavy, student-friendly city. And if you come here as a student, you are entering into a long tradition of people studying in Turku. So, when I was an international student here, I was made to feel very welcome because students are basically everywhere all the time in this city. And, I couldn't put it better than this quote from one of our first year students a couple of years ago, that Turku are basically kind people in the happiest country in the world. And again, you might have seen this marketing that Finland for many years has been voted, or like the attitudes of people in Finland are considered to be the happiest country. I'm not saying Finland is a perfect country and maybe Turku is not a perfect town, but I think generally most students have a really nice experience here. So what do we have to offer? We have student housing. Living costs here are slightly cheaper than in Helsinki. Of course, they might be more expensive than your home country. It depends where you are from. But fortunately, students do get significant discounts on public transport, on food, on kind of all sorts of things. Everything is close in Turku, which is nice as well, that actually Turku is a smaller sized town. Distances are quite short. You can basically get anywhere in the city on public transport in 15 minutes. We have a lot of cyclists around in Turku. You can actually rent these bikes from the city, the kind of the yellow bikes, and you'll see lots of people around at all times of year, even in the winter with the studded tires. We have cyclists, and we're big on sustainability. And actually, if anyone has an interest in sustainability or clean energy, then that's one of our major research focuses here in Turku. And we're actually aiming to be carbon neutral in the next few years as well. So there is a big green transition campaign happening. So again, if you have an interest in that area, then perhaps Turku is the place for you. We are a city by the sea, so we're on the southwest coast. In a clear day, you can basically look across to Sweden, and we're very proud of our world-famous archipelago, more islands than any other archipelago in the world. I think it's like 20,000 or something. And of course, some of these islands are like 2 meters across, some of them are much bigger. But the main thing is that nature is very nearby to us. You can just go 10, 15 minutes by car or by the bus, and you will find yourself in a forest or on an island. We recommend hikes, walks, cruises, picnics, and of course, as part of the student life here, there are lots of societies that will help you get used to nature. Also, as a student, of course, we have culture, we have sports, we have events, and ultimately, as I mentioned earlier, we are a city of students. You can maybe see in the photo there of our Vappu, our kind of Finnish May Day celebrations, where all the students come out to the city centre, and it's a great experience as well. And I think student culture, even if you go to another university in Finland, there is a very bespoke student culture in this country, which is really great to see. You can also find out more about student life by following us on Instagram or YouTube. We have this Study in Turku brand. Some of the content on there is in Finnish, but a lot of stuff is in English as well. And you can see in these photos, you might be wondering why people are wearing strange overalls, which seem to be decorated with different patches. And again, that is a big part of the student culture here. Most universities and different courses have their own coloured overalls, and the patches are kind of literally badges of honor. And the idea is that you kind of collect as many of these patches as possible. And this becomes your kind of student uniform for the time that you are here. I also wanted briefly, just for a couple of minutes, talk about our services for internationals. Again, I know firsthand that moving to a new country as an international can be quite scary. It can be quite challenging if you've never lived outside of your home country before. So fortunately, both the universities and the city of Turku have services to make that process easier for you. And one of the things that we've organized from the city side is this thing called International House Turku. You might be familiar with the concept because there are several international houses around Europe, but effectively we aim to be the starting point for all internationals living, working and studying in the Turku and Southwest Finland region. So we offer advice and events in many different languages to support your integration here. So most of our events are in English, but we actually have advisors in 15 other languages, including Russian, including Farsi, including Arabic, including Somali, including Thai, and again, you can see the full list on our website. And because we are the public sector, of course, all of our activities are free of charge. So you can get advice from us, or you can come to our events and everything is delivered to you for free, which is normally quite popular with students. You can see the full list of services on our website. I won't go through everything now. But we have advice and guidance services. We have international student support services that I'll talk about briefly. We have housing counselling if people are having difficulty with their accommodation. We have social services guidance. We have entrepreneurship advice. We can help with Finnish language. You might have heard that Finnish is quite difficult, and well, it can be, but we can kind of support you with that process as well. And you can see this link after the presentation where you can look through all the services. But I wanted to highlight this one in particular, the International Student Support Service. So regardless of which university you end up studying at, all students are eligible to use this service, and we can give you one-to-one guidance if you have any difficulties, if you're having problems with your residence permit, or if you're thinking about what you want to do after graduation. Maybe you want to stay in Finland. We hope that you want to stay in Finland. So we can guide you through that process as well. For those of you who are coming with a family member, you might be bringing your spouse or your children, and you think, okay, well, what will they do all day if you're studying? Well, actually, we do have a service for spouses as well, and that's called Soft Landing. And here, whilst you are having fun on campus, doing your studies and getting involved with student events and student parties and so forth, then your family member can come to our office and we can talk about what they might want to do. Maybe they want to look for work, maybe they want to apply for their own studies, maybe they want to learn Finnish. Whatever it is, we can provide a personalized action plan to help them get settled, because we know, again, that having a happy family life here goes a long way when you are moving to a new country. Don't just take my word for it. Here's the words of the mayor of Turku, Pia Elo. You can see her kind of introduction to newcomers in our newcomers guidebook. This is a PDF that you can download from our website that goes through many of the things I've just mentioned in more detail, has a lot of nice pictures of Turku, and kind of gives a bit more context to what kind of city you're thinking about moving to. And if you don't like reading, but you prefer listening, then of course you can listen to the International House Turku podcast, which is hosted by myself and my colleague Rosa. Both of us have been international students here. We have a strong student focus. Episode 4 talks about studying. Episode 9 talks about getting a job after graduation. So again, I highly recommend, if you want to get a flavour of kind of what life is really like for internationals in the city, then I welcome you to listen to the podcast and send some questions and leave us some comments. I know this was kind of a very short introduction, but I hope you've managed to get like a little flavour before we move into the details of the universities. This is Rosa and I when we are visiting the University of Turku as part of the orientation week. And if you do apply and you do successfully attend one of these universities next year in August, then we will be there to welcome you in your first few days. In the meantime, you are very welcome to contact us. You can go through our website, or you can send us an email at talent.advisor@turku.fi. Of course, I would say with the application side of things, or the credits and the studies, the content of the studies themselves, then really the universities are here as the first point of contact. But if you would like some wider information about the city, or maybe getting your children into a school, or maybe talking about the residence permit requirements, then you are very welcome to contact Rosa and I, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So there we are. Welcome to Turku. It's a great place for internationals, some amazing study opportunities, and I hope you have a great webinar today and are looking forward to hearing more about what the city has to offer. And if you do have any questions, I'll be around for the rest of the session in the chat as well. So there we are.
Thank you, Jonathan. And next we have the universities sharing their information, their study programs that they have to offer, and we'll start with University of Turku. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. Just a second. I'll share the screen. You should be able to see it now. And
yes.
Yeah. So, hi everyone. My name is Hanne Martikainen. I work for the admission services here at the University of Turku, and today I will very briefly go into what we have to offer here. So, let's begin with a very general introduction. So, we are an international multidisciplinary university, and everything we do here is based on high quality research. And in addition, we also have a vibrant international academic community and students from over 100 countries. And the specific strengths of our university, for example, is the fact that our teaching methods are very versatile. We have online courses, workshops, etc. And we also have contacts with local and international companies. In addition, the study plans are often flexible, and you can take elective courses from other faculties to include in your degree. We also have small teaching groups, which ensure close professor-student relations. And furthermore, we have a robust student support system. So that means we usually have coordinators and study advisors in every faculty to support you through your studies. And here are some things that our international degree students view as our strengths. And many of the themes we discussed in the previous slide also arise here. But I would like to highlight the fact that our current students think that we have unique programs and we also have excellent learning facilities. So let's dive a little bit deeper into the university. We have a total of 8 faculties, and we offer programs in English in a variety of fields. We have 2 bachelor's degree programs, 18 master's degree programs, and 17 doctoral programs. And some of these programs are organized in collaboration of 2 faculties. And the 2 international bachelor's degree programs we have are in the Turku School of Economics and in the Faculty of Technology. And interesting thing to note here is that while both programs are 3-year bachelor's degree programs, the ICT program also includes a study right up to master level. So this means if you are admitted to the ICT bachelor's degree program, you will get the study right to a master's level of studies as well. So once you finish the bachelor's, you can continue straight onto your master's in ICT. And here are some of our master's degree programs. So as you can see, we have a variety of programs available in different fields, and some of these programs, such as the ICT, they have their own specialization tracks as well. And here are the rest of our master's degree programs. And there's a little advertisement here. So in 2 weeks, we will have the virtual open week. So if you're interested in a specific program, you are welcome to join us and learn more about these programs and talk with the staff, etc. And here are the doctoral programs. I will not go into too much detail about these programs in this presentation, but if you are interested, you can find more information through the link down there or by contacting the graduate school of the university. Before we go into eligibility criteria, let's talk a little bit about what kind of students we are looking for. So our students are required to have an appropriate level of independence and responsibility, as they can plan their studies quite freely. Our students should also know what their programs entail. But in short, if you know that we fit your ambitions, we want you as a student and we are ready to help you achieve your goals. And here are some statistics of our annual intake. So we usually take 350 students. So this allows the programs to be quite small, and the applications were quite high last year too, so with careful preparation, you can increase your chances of getting admitted. But let's move on to the eligibility criteria. Let's begin with the bachelor's degrees. So for bachelor's degrees, we require a qualification in an upper secondary education that provides eligibility to university level bachelor's studies. And obviously, the name of this qualification is different in every country, but as long as it permits access to bachelor's or higher education studies, then you would be considered eligible. And if you have completed a higher education degree already, you can also apply with that. And please always read the full program-specific admission criteria before you apply. And for our bachelors, we have 2 admission groups, and they are evaluated based on different things. So in admission group 1, you would be evaluated based on your SAT test results, and we require you to take the SAT in evidence-based reading and writing and mathematics sections. And if you are in the admission group 2, your admission is evaluated based on the final grades from the specific qualifications that you have. I want to note that you may apply in both admission groups, and you can also apply with an incomplete degree. So if you're graduating in the summer of 2026, you can still apply. And you can find the program-specific quotas on our website as well as on study info. And here I just want to talk a little bit about the minimum scores. So for the SATs test scores, we require a minimum of total score has to be at least 1,150, and mathematics has to be at least 600. And if you do not meet these requirements, you won't be considered even for admission. And it is also good to keep in mind that it's likely that the lowest accepted score for admission may be higher, depending on other applicants' scores. And we also require sufficient English language skills. So if you're in admission group 1, it's based on the SAT test. And if you're in admission group 2, it's either based on the final English grade or some other way, such as a language test. But you can find all the details on our websites. Then we have our master's degrees. So to be eligible, you must have a bachelor's degree or higher, or other first level university degree. And these are usually minimum of 3 years in duration, and I think 180 ECTS. And again, you may apply with an incomplete degree. And we do require proof of strong English language skills, either with a language test or with a higher education degree completed in English in specific countries. The full list can be found on our website, and the evaluation is different for every program, so prepare to provide a motivation letter or such. But again, you can find all of the criteria on our website and also on study info. A little bit about tuition fees and scholarships. So our tuition fees range from 10,000 euros to 12,000, and these are charged from citizens who are coming outside of the EU. And the tuition fee covers all academic matters. So that's that. And for scholarships, we don't have anything for the first year of studies, but if you accept your master's study place offer within the first month, you can get 2,000 euros discount for it. And we also have the University of Turku Merit Scholarship, which is based on your studies that you have completed here with us. And that means that you could get 50% of your second study year or your second and third study year if you are studying in the bachelor's degree program. I'm sure this has been a lot of information to digest, so here are some useful links. You can go find more information about our programs and applying to the University of Turku. And you can also chat with our ambassadors. They are happy to share their experiences of different programs, what it is like to study here as a student from a specific country. So go check them out. And we also have virtual open week coming up. So if you want to learn more about specific programs, come join us. The webinars, they are interactive, and you can chat with the program staff and also admission services. And through the QR code here, you can find all of the events coming up. But now I thank you all for your attention and hopefully we will see later at our events. Yes.
Thank you, University of Turku. Then we have Åbo Akademi. Welcome.
Thank you. I'll check over here the sharing. Here.
Yes.
Yeah, looks good.
We are seeing the presenter view now, if that
Okay.
matters to you.
Then I'll just a second. Then of course it always does this. Over there, yes.
Yeah, now we see the presentation mode. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Valtteri. And then I'll just take over here. Here. Okay, now, yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Milla Hänninen-Kroksjö, and I am here today to present the international master's programs that we have at the Åbo Akademi University. I work as an admission counselor at our university, and our campus is basically right next to the river of Aura, which you saw in Jonathan's presentations. And then we'll check if I get this. No. Okay. I will check if I get the presentation going on. Yeah. So what's special with our university is that over here we are a Swedish-speaking university, and if you didn't know, so in Finland there are two official languages. One is Swedish and the other one is Finnish. So we are a Swedish-speaking university. And if you're wondering about our name, so it comes from this Åbo Akademi. So Åbo means Turku in Swedish. So if you were wondering where that comes from. We have campuses, one campus in Turku and one in Vaasa. And today we are, of course, be talking more about what we have here in Turku. But if you didn't know, so Vaasa is located on the west coast of Finland, maybe about 300 kilometers from Turku. But as I said, so today we're going to be concentrating mostly for these master's programs that we have here in Turku. We have about 5,500 students in Åbo Akademi, and of them, about 1,000 are international students. So we are not a big university, but that doesn't. Wait a second. Sorry, I have a little bit of problems at the moment with the PowerPoint. Yeah, but we are quite a small university, but we still have a lot of different things that you can study with us. As you can see, we have two faculties and quite a lot of departments within the faculties. We are known as a university for our good teacher and student relations. Our study environment is quite informal, as usually is in all universities in Finland. We also have small groups, so it's easy to get to know the other students and also your teachers. And we also have good possibilities to get individual support within the studies. But even though we are a small university, we still offer a wide range of educational options, as you can see over here, as you can look at all the different departments that we have in our university. Then to the next slide. Quite shortly about our program structure. All of these international master's programs that we have 120 credits, and they're designed so that it will take you 2 years to complete the degree. Over here, I would like to say to you that if you find a program that you're really interested of, I would recommend you to check out our study guide, because over there you can find all our programs and their structure, and even the mandatory courses that belong to these programs. So you will get a quite good insight of what kind of courses does one program have. So that's something that I would really recommend for you to do if you find a really interesting program and you are wondering that, what kind of courses does this program have? So you get a really good insight of the courses by that way. And yes, finally, we have come to the international master's programs. In our university, we have 9 international master's programs. 6 of them are based in Turku, and those are the ones that we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to quite quickly explain a little things about these programs, but as you can see on this slide, I have put these learn more links over here. So those will take you to our website of these programs. So then you have the possibility to read more about the specific programs, the admission information and requirements and everything. So it will be easy for you to find when you get these slides later on. And please don't be afraid. The following slides are going to have a lot of information. I have put it there because, of course, I'm not going to have time to go through it all, but I was thinking that because you're going to get these slides later on, it's a possibility for you to get a little bit this kind of sneak peek into these different programs and get an easy way to get a little bit information about. But let's start. So we have over here, we have the master's degree program in biomedical imaging. This is a popular program among applicants with background in subjects ranging from biosciences to engineering. The students will gain an understanding into the theoretical and practical processes of a wide range of biomedical imaging technologies, and with a heavy focus on the interdisciplinary nature of the field. This is a cooperation between our university and the University of Turku. So you will be taking courses in both of these universities. Then to the next one. Then we have the master's degree program in sustainable chemical and process engineering. Through both practical and theoretical studies, this program aims to provide students with an in-depth understanding of sustainable chemical and process engineering as a field, and its imperative value to the growth of areas such as biofuel, energy efficiency, waste management, and more. Then we'll go to the next one. We also have this master's degree program in information technology. This program aims to equip students with a solid understanding of both computation, communication, and information processing in the context of our fast changing society. In this program, the students can specialize in 2 areas, either computer science or computer engineering. And then we'll check the next one. As I said, I'm only going to go through them very quickly. We have the master's program in governance of digitalization. This master's program combines latest knowledge from the fields of information systems and information studies in a unique way that gives its graduates a comprehensive and cross-disciplinary competence. It also prepares its graduates for challenging careers in the field of digital transformation. Then we have the master's degree program in international law and human rights. This program offers specialized knowledge and an in-depth understanding of topical issues in international and human rights law. The program offers students the possibility to profile themselves in different specialization areas, such as international human rights law, migration and refugee law, international law and conflicts, and general international law. And last but not least, we still have the master's degree program in social exclusion. Students on this program learn the principles of coexistence and explore tools for analyzing social exclusion from a multidisciplinary and global perspective. They also evaluate strategies that promote better social awareness and inclusion. And then we'll go on still a couple of things. Here's a little bit of information about the application, but what I would like you to say to you right now is that if you find some of the programs interesting, please check out already the program-specific requirements for the admission and application, because it's really good for you to be prepared already now, even though it can feel that it's still 2 months before the application period starts. But I really would like you to already now check those informations up. About tuition fees, those who come outside of EU, so it's 12,000 euros per year. And here's a link for more information about the scholarships. So unfortunately, I don't have any information about them at the moment, because there are changes happening for the scholarships in our university at the moment, and therefore I don't have any information at the moment. But I have put a link over here, so when the information comes, you can find it through that link. I hope you don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions about the programs or the admission process or about the applications or anything. Please just contact us, and me and my colleagues are more than happy to help you with all your questions. I hope you got some interesting information today, and you are eager to learn more about Åbo Akademi University and our programs. Thank you.
Thank you, Åbo Akademi. Then we have Turku University of Applied Sciences. Welcome.
Okay, thank you. And let me share our presentation with you. Yes. So we are happy to be here to tell you more about Turku University of Applied Sciences. My name is Päivi Oliva, and here is my colleague, Mrs. Jassi Aho. So, how to apply and start studies at Turku University of Applied Sciences in autumn 2026. First of all, some insights about our university. So we are one of the leading and largest universities of applied sciences in Finland. Altogether, we have more than 13,000 students in our university and over 90 degree programs altogether, and more than 10 degree programs which are taught in English. And there are more than 2,000 graduates yearly from our university, which normally get employed here in our region. We are also a very international university, so we have many hundreds of international degree students studying yearly with us, and from all around the world. Here you can see our campus area, so it's called Kupittaa campus. We are located in different campus buildings in there, and Edu City is actually the brand new campus building with very nice study locations in there. And we are located very near to the city center, so it's very easy to commute with bicycle or by foot or with the public transport to the city center and also to the student village village where all the student accommodation usually is located, and so very nice and compact area here. So as you can see, we have very modern learning environments, and it's very friendly and welcoming atmosphere here with all our social spaces and the staff that are giving all kind of support to you. And these student services are available here on the campus area and also nearby. And as you saw, it's very easy to go to the city center and to the student village also, and very nice and modern learning environments with very up-to-date laboratories where the teaching is taking place.
Hello also on my behalf. So my name is Jassi, and I'm going to tell you something about the new culture of learning that we have. So we have very little lecture-based learning, so we have a very hands-on practical approach to learning. We do have lectures, but in addition to the lectures, we have also group works with discussion and assignments. And then we also have project-based learning. So we have this approach that when you do things yourself, then you actually learn better. So learning by doing. We collaborate with the working life, with the companies nearby. So we do get assignments from the companies where the students can actually then, in addition to just doing the work, also build their networks during the studies already, which helps them then later to find employment. We have practical training periods, so that's also one way to build the networks and rehearse the skills that you have gained during the studies. And the idea of the UAS studies is that the graduate will have working life skills when they actually graduate. Here you can see the degree programs taught in English. So there's a big list. We will go through the bachelor's degree program soon, but we also have a lot of master's programs. And let's start with the business administration program. So this is a generic program giving the knowledge that is essential in the business field with competencies needed in global business environments. The core is in marketing, sales, and HR and management tasks. And then we have international operations and business, which is then, compared to the previous one, a more focused program. So it has the focus in the global supply networks. And the next one, it's an engineering program in biotechnology. And here we have career opportunities, for example, as project engineer or RDI engineer, quality engineer, purchase engineer, project manager. So this is a field that is actually combining biology with engineering. And next, we have energy and electrical engineering. So this focuses on understanding energy production, storage, distribution, use of energy, and energy efficiency. And these professionals usually work with operating planning, research, and product development tasks in this field.
Yes, and then we move to another engineering program, which is industrial management and engineering. And this program contains studies in the technology, in the engineering and business. So it's a very good combination that you can understand all these fields. And you can also learn more about the lean, aims to improve efficiency and effectiveness, and enterprise resource planning, for instance. So this is a 4-year program and taking place in Turku. Then one of our biggest programs, and which has been lasting many years already at the Turku University of Applied Sciences, is information and communications technology. So a lot of these basic studies lies on mathematics and science foundation. So all the skills that are needed in that area. But after the first year basic studies, the student can choose one of the specialization tracks that you can see here. So there are, for instance, areas as data engineering and AI, or Internet of Things, and game and interactive technologies, and software engineering and project management, health technology, and data networks and cybersecurity, which is very topical area at the moment. So very big and popular program, this one. Then mechanical engineering focus more on designing solutions like parts of machines, and the basis for many fields. And the specialization focus to understanding of people, idea of maximizing usability. And there is a lot of more than computer designing. So it's not so much about the dirty work, but it's more about the design and usability, understanding of usability. And many career opportunities after graduation, as we are one of the biggest cruise. We have very strong area in the maritime industry, and the biggest cruise ships are built here in our region. So many career opportunities after graduation in this field. Water engineering and circular economy is our newest program taught in English, and it will start next autumn here in Turku. And it is a unique degree with environmental studies combining water production and management, environmental technology, material circulation, environmental monitoring, efficient use of resources, and waste reduction, sustainable production, and business competencies, as all our programs combine also some part of business studies and understanding of entrepreneurship. Yes, and this is the only program, the degree program in social services, early childhood education, that is taking place in our campus in Salo, in the city of Salo, about 50 kilometers from Turku. And these studies focus to the methods of early childhood education and many more. And this gives qualification to work in the as a social counselor and social pedagogue in Finland. Yes. And as Jassi mentioned, we have several master's degree programs. Here you can see them. So we have studies that will lead to a Master of Business Administration. These studies are lasting 2 years with 90 credits. And we have also Master of Engineering in different fields. And these studies are 60 credits, 1.5 years. And you can read more about these programs on our website.
Then about applying. So the joint application will open in January from 7th to 21st. And then the results will be published latest on May next year. As you get the material, the instructions are available on our website, so you can find the more information from there. If you check our website, you will also find our agents, so the collaboration agents that we have, so in Asia, Middle East, and Africa. So you can also use their services when applying. Then this is specific to the UASs, so Universities of Applied Sciences. So the eligibility criteria for the master's studies require from the applicants both a completed bachelor's level degree or other higher education degree. And then this is the specific for the UASs, a minimum of 2 years working experience after graduating. So this is just a reminder.
Yes, and the tuition fee to our university, to all the degree programs, both the bachelor's and master's level, is 12,000 euros per academic year for citizens who are not countries of EU or EEA countries of Switzerland. We also offer early bird discount for those who accept the offer within 14 days after acceptance letter given to them. And then we can have also the scholarship, which is a 4,000 euros refund of their tuition fee starting from the second year when passing the National Certificate of Language Proficiency in the Finnish language. So we support our students to learn Finnish, then to better integrate and get employment after graduation. Yes. And you can read more information about these scholarships from our website and the tuition fee. So if you have any questions, you can always contact our admissions services, and you will get this material as well. And we are happy to answer all your questions after these presentations. So we hope you got inspired by our programs, and we are very happy to see your applications and welcome you to study with us in August 26 at Turku University of Applied Sciences.
Thank you so much, Turku University of Applied Sciences. And next we have Novia University of Applied Sciences. Welcome.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to share the information about Novia's application. Now I'm sharing my screen. Let's see. It's now visible, the presentation.
Yes, it's still in the PowerPoint mode, but yeah. Yeah, so if you just start the presentation, I'm sure it'll most likely move to the presenting view. Yeah. It's in presenter mode now. So we see your notes or like the...
Oh, okay. Okay, just a second. So, okay.
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. And my name is Jing Li. I'm from the Admission Services office at Novia, University of Applied Sciences. Today here with me, I have my colleague, Alexandra. She will help out in the chat.
Hello.
Novia University of Applied Sciences is a Swedish University of Applied Sciences We offer study programs both in Swedish and English. We have over 5,000 students. We have both campuses in Vaasa and Turku. Here is the list of our master's degree programs, which we offer in 2026. There are 5 master's degree programs within technology and seafaring. There are intelligent systems,
Sorry,
industrial management.
the slide hasn't changed for the viewers, so we are still looking at the welcome to apply slide.
Yeah, no.
Yes, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, good. We have 5 master's degree programs within technology and seafaring. There are intelligent systems, industrial management and engineering, structural engineering, autonomous shipping management, and maritime management. These master's degree programs are all part-time studies, which enables you as an applicant who has a full-time job. So it works well with a full-time job. We offer also master's degree programs within business. These 2 programs are offered both as part-time and full-time studies. They are digital business and management and sustainable business design. A little bit about application process next year. The first opportunity is the joint application in January, as other school already introduced. From 7th to 21st January is the application time. And then 1 week after that, applicants still can upload required documents to the application. All applications are submitted via the application portal in the study info. Here's a very important reminder. The email address you give in the application form will be taken as the official channel of communication and will not be changed in the process. So make sure that you give the right email address. There's also another application opportunity, and that will be later in spring. That is the separate application. This will be announced later. You can apply up to 6 degree programs using the same application form in the study info website. You can edit and make changes to your application until 21st January. And the deadline for uploading required document is 28th of January. And please do not fill in and send multiple application forms. In such case, only the latest one will remain active. And for more information about how to fill in the application form, you can always visit the study info website. There are detailed information and instructions of how to fill in the application form. There will be an application fee of €100 for the applicants from countries outside EU, EEA area. There will be a 7 days payment deadline after submitting the application. If you apply in multiple application rounds to study programs studying the same academic term, for example, you applied in a joint application and also the separate application, you only then need to pay application fee once. And if you are not sure whether you are exempted from application fee, you can check the information page at the study info website. Eligibility requirements. University of Applied Sciences are different from the universities, particularly because we have a 2 years of work experience requirement. First, of course, you need to have a higher education degree, either a bachelor's degree or a master's degree, and 2 years of work experience obtained after the completion of higher education degree. And the work experience can be collected from the date of graduation on your higher education degree until 31st of July, 2026. And only work certificates are accepted as a proof. Work contracts are not accepted. For the following 3 degree programs, we have specific requirements on the previous degree in the relevant field. For example, industry management and engineering requires previous degree in the field of technology, seafaring, economics, or business. Structural engineering requires previous degree in the field of technology, for example, construction engineering, civil and construction engineering, or mechanical and production engineering. Master of Maritime Management and Autonomous Shipping Management require previous degree in the field of seafaring, for example, a captain. All our 5 technology and seafaring master's degree programs have a requirement of pre-task. A pre-task must be submitted by uploading in the online application form before the deadline, 28th of January. And pre-task must be approved in order to be invited to the entrance examination. That is the online interview. On our website, you can find more information about the selection methods. For our master's business studies degree programs, digital business and management and sustainable business design, there are 3 selection methods. If you have a Finnish University of Applied Sciences bachelor's degree, then you can apply based on your certificate. Applicants are ranked by their weighted average grade. The minimum required is 2.5. You can also choose the GMAT or GRE test. Applicants are ranked based on the result in the GMAT or GRE test. The minimum required score is 500. You need to upload your test score report to application, latest by 31st of January, and share the test results with Novia US in the score reporting portal by using the following Novia's codes. There is also a third selection method for our MBA studies, and that is the online entrance examinations. This is a collaboration between our digital business and management and sustainable business design, which means these 2 degree programs share the same entrance examination. There are 2 phases of the examination. Phase 1, online written entrance examination, will be held on the 10th of March. All applicants who wish to participate in the written entrance examination will be invited by email. And remember to upload your CV to your application. And phase 2, a number of best applicants will be invited to group interviews, which will be in April, based on the score from the online written exam. Here is also a list of our bachelor's degree programs in English, in case there are some interest. For example, we have nursing, beauty care. Within technology, we have captain, both daytime and blended. And we have maritime technology, daytime and blended. Also, we have information technology and Bachelor of Natural Resources, Sustainable Coastal Management, as well as a new degree program, Bachelor of Culture and Arts, Game Arts. The information about tuition fee and scholarship for academic year 26-27 is not yet available. It will be updated as soon as we have information on our website. So visit our website for the latest info. Here's the links. And if you have any questions, feel free to write an email to us or call us during the phone hours. We are more than happy to answer your questions. And welcome to apply to Novia. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Novia University of Applied Sciences. Then I still quickly have a few slides about generally applying to higher education in Turku. So I will quickly share that. Just a moment. I will start my screen share here. You should be able to see it now. So yeah, most of this information that I have here was already covered in our University of Applied Sciences presentations. So I will quite quickly go through the what I have here on these slides, but just generally about applying. So all higher education institutions in Turku are indeed part of this January joint application round for studies that start in autumn 2026. This application period is from the 7th of January to the 21st of January 2026. And what this joint application period, joint application round means is that there are multiple universities taking part in the same application period, using the same application portal and using the same application form. So that's why we call it the joint application. You will receive your admission results at the latest on the 27th of May. However, depending on the institution, you often get the results actually earlier than May. So check the institution's websites. You must accept your offer before the 9th of July 2026, before 3 p.m. Finnish time. And of course, note again that there might be institution or program specific deadlines. So make sure always to check accordingly when you apply. You will notice that on my slides here, I will have this notification about checking program specific information, institution specific information, and so on for all of the things. So indeed, a lot of the information always depends on the institution and the degree program that you are applying to. So remember that. There might also be some separate or supplementary applications and even rolling admissions in some institutions. So ask from the institutions of your interest whether they have any other options. You can of course also ask here today using the Q&A function, and our representatives from the different institutions will answer to you here today. So indeed, the application is done through the studyinfo.fi application portal, which is a national application portal here in Finland. On the left side of the screen, you can see a screen capture from the front page of the Study.info website. So there on the green box, you can search for education in Finland. So if you were to input there any field of your interest, it would give you degree programs in Finnish institutions that align with that field of interest that you just input there. You can also search for specific programs if you just enter the program name there in the search function. And you can also find programs using the filter functions that they have there on the website. So there's many ways to browse the information there on the website. And on the purple box, which now talks about in the example photo here about the application period in autumn 2024. So when the joint application period begins in January, there will be a similar purple box there on the front page, which will have then the information pertaining to that ongoing application period. And in this joint application period in January, you may apply for up to 6 different programs included in this joint application. And 3 of those programs can be offered at the same institution. So there's a little bit of a limitation there, but indeed 6 programs, they can all be even from different institutions if you find interesting programs in 6 different institutions. The admission criteria are different between different institutions, degree levels, and degree programs. So again, always check the full criteria for the program you're applying to on studyinfo.fi. So if you search for programs there, go to their pages, you should be able to find the full admission criteria there. The joint application period, so, is indeed only for 2 weeks, as I just showed on my previous slide. So remember to check the requirements well in advance so you have enough time to get your documents in order and to prepare for the application period. Applicants who are applying for bachelor's or master's degree programs and are not citizens of EU countries, EEA countries, or Switzerland, they are required to pay an application fee in order to apply to higher education studies, and this is 100 euros, as was also mentioned by our previous speakers. This does not guarantee that you will be offered admission to these studies, and also the application fee is not refunded if you cancel your application or you are not offered admission. Just so you know. Then some basic eligibility requirements. We also went through these, or some of our institutions went through these in their slides. And of course, again, remember that these can be institution and program specific on some level, but these are the kind of general basic eligibilities. So for bachelor's degree programs, you have to have completed at least one of the following: the Finnish matriculation examination, international baccalaureate, European baccalaureate, the Reifeprüfung or Deutsche International Abitur, or these vocational qualifications of 3 years or more, Finnish vocational upper secondary qualification, a further or specialist vocational qualification, or a comparable previous qualification, or a foreign qualification that provides eligibility for higher education studies in the awarding country, which most likely applies to most of our listeners here today, if you are thinking of applying to bachelor's degree programs. But of course, depending on the institution, again, there may be also other ways to prove your eligibility. And always remember to check the requirements for the program on study info or ask from the institution if you are unsure about something. Also, a good thing to note is the language skills, which was also mentioned on some of our previous presenters' presentations. So do always check the language skills as well. Usually in bachelor's degree programs, the student selection is based either on the grades or an entrance exam or both. But indeed, there are, again, exceptions. So remember to check the program-specific information. Here's the basic eligibility for universities of applied sciences. We also saw these earlier. So just as a recap, you need to have a suitable bachelor's level degree or other higher education degree, and you should also have 2 years of work experience after the completion of the bachelor's degree. In certain fields listed here, the work experience can also be replaced with artistic activities and merits. But indeed, again, always check the requirements of the program you are applying to on study info and ask from the institution directly. Then we still have master's degree program eligibilities for universities. So in order to be eligible to apply to a master's level degree program in a university, you must have completed or must complete by a specific deadline determined by the university a bachelor's degree or equivalent from a university or a University of Applied Sciences, a bachelor's degree. Yeah. Always check the requirements again of the program you're applying to on study info or asking directly from the institution. And then I also have here something about the doctoral studies a little bit. So these licentiate or doctoral degrees are only offered in universities. The requirement for postgraduate studies or doctoral studies in this case is a relevant master's or equivalent degree. These applications might have different application periods from the bachelor and master degree applications, so they're not necessarily at the same time. And there may also be several application periods throughout the year, just as there may be for the bachelor's and master's degree programs as well in some institutions. Always check the details of applying and the doctoral program's admission criteria from the institutions you are thinking of applying to. But now we have some time for questions, and I see there are some submitted there on the Q&A. That's very nice. We can get to those now, and if you still have questions, you can keep submitting them. We could do this so that I can read out the questions from here, and then our experts from the institutions can reply to these questions. So the first one here is about well, there's two questions really about doctoral education in general. So would our representatives from University of Turku and Åbo Akademi want to give like a brief explanation of the doctoral application process, if you can?
Yes, I can begin. So for the University of Turku, the next application period is actually in March, not in January. So you wouldn't apply in this first joint application period. And I can share the link to our doctoral programs. I unfortunately cannot give you that much information about our doctoral programs. So I will share the link to our website where you can find contact information, where you can ask about the, for example, the PhD studies and doctoral researcher positions. So yeah, what about Åbo Akademi?
Yeah, thank you. Unfortunately, I'm also not able to answer the questions about the doctoral studies. What I can also do, like Hanne, so I can share you with a link to our website about the doctoral studies in Åbo Akademi, and there you can also find the contact information for our services and personnel who can answer these questions. But unfortunately, I'm sorry, I don't have the knowledge about our doctoral programs.
Thank you so much. So indeed, there will be some links in the chat for you to check out some more information about doctoral studies at the universities here in Turku. Then we have a question about, I will just read out the question. Can I study for a master's degree at your university if I don't have a Finnish passport, and who pays for the tuition? Well, I can say that yes, you can apply even without a Finnish passport, but would some of our experts like to answer who pays for the tuition?
Hello, my name is Alexandra and I work at the admission services at Novia UAS. So who pays for the tuition fees if you are liable to pay tuition fees? That really depends from case to case. It can be yourself or it can be a sponsor, for instance, a family member. So it really depends on a case-to-case basis. I also wanted to add that Walter, you also said that yes, you can study even though you don't have a Finnish passport, but you might need to have a residence permit to Finland if you're gonna study a program that requires your presence on campus.
Yes, thank you. That's a very good addition. So indeed, you will need to apply for a residence permit if you are coming to Finland for a full degree program. So that's a very good point. Anyone want to add anything about tuition fees still? if not, maybe you can also share some links. If the panelists aren't able to submit the links directly to the chat, then you can just send them anyway, and I will add them to the chat, so you can still post them, and I will make sure that they reach the audience. But then we have a next question. Kindly share more information on how to secure scholarships for master's programs before application. Now, there was a bit of a difference on how much information there was about scholarships at this point, but would those who have master's degree programs answer what the situation is for them? Who wants to start?
I can start. So for the University of Turku, unfortunately, we don't have any scholarships for the first year of studies. So before applying, you cannot apply for any scholarships because our scholarship program is based on the studies you do here during your first year. So Valtteri just gave the link in the chat, so you can go read more about our scholarship program there.
And I can still remind you that unfortunately at the moment we don't have any information at the Åbo Akademi University about our scholarships because we are doing some changes to them and there's no decisions made yet, but they will be published at our websites. I can also send Valtteri a link so he can put it in the chat, but the information will be published at the latest at the beginning of next year, hopefully before that, but at the moment, I'm sorry again that I don't have a direct answer to the question.
And the same is for Novia. We still don't have any information regarding the scholarships for those admitted in 2026, but I will share the link with Valtteri so that you can keep yourself informed.
Yes, and for Turku University of Applied Sciences, we don't have any scholarship for the first year, only rather than the early bird 1,000 euros. But then for the rest of the years, the scholarship is based on the Finnish language skills, so that then the student can do the Finnish language test in the end of the first year, and when passing it, then gets a refund of 4,000 for the second year tuition, and the same applies for the second year. So in the end of the second year, the student can do again the test, and when passing it, then can get the 4,000 refund for the next year as well, and so forth on.
Yes, thank you. Then we still have at least one more question here for Turku University. Here it says, is there a major for English literature in Turku University? Anne, do you want to take that?
Yes, give me a second. I was just typing it, but yes, we do have that, but it's only available in our Finnish degree program. So that means you would have to be fluent in Finnish to be able to study English literature here at the University of Turku, but you can find all of our international English taught programs at utu.fi and /degrees. So I will be sending the link in my answer.
Yes, thank you, Anne, for that. If there are any questions that you would still like answered, I will give you approximately 1 minute or maybe 2 while I still babble on a little bit. So if you want to submit some final question. But if not, I would like to at this point thank you for participating in the webinar. This was part of our Study and Stay in Turku event series. So the webinar recording will be sent to you along with the slides, and it will also be available on our Study and Stay in Turku website. So you can find the recording there along with yesterday's career events recording. Once those are available, we will upload them there for you to enjoy. I would like to thank all of our presenters here today from all of our universities and universities of applied sciences. And I hope I will see all of you in Turku in the autumn, and I'm waiting eagerly for all your applications. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.